They don't need chains. Guilt does the job for them. There's a silent weapon, more powerful than anger, louder than shouting, and deadlier than a lie. It's guilt. And in the hands of a skilled manipulator, guilt becomes a leash, pulling your emotions, bending your will, until you start apologizing for things you didn't even do. 1. The psychology behind guilt manipulation. To understand guilt manipulation, we need to look at how guilt works. Guilt is the mind's way of signaling that we've hurt someone, a natural emotion meant to guide empathy and repair relationships. But manipulators twist this wiring. They plant seeds of false guilt, making you feel responsible for their moods, their failures, or their unhappiness. You start believing that their suffering is somehow your fault. They'll say things like, "I guess you don't care about me anymore," or "After all I've done for you." Simple words, but loaded with emotional landmines. It's not what they say, it's how they make you feel after. Drained, ashamed, like you owe them something. 2. Common tactics manipulators use. Let's look at the common guilt traps manipulators use, because awareness is your first shield. A. The Martyr Act. They portray themselves as the eternal victim. Every disagreement somehow hurts them more than it hurts you. You end up comforting the very person who caused the problem. B. Emotional debt. They remind you of every favor they've ever done, real or exaggerated. Suddenly, your independence feels like betrayal. C. Silent treatment. They withdraw affection or communication, forcing you to chase their approval and make things right. D. The public performance. They twist stories in front of others, making you appear selfish, cold, or ungrateful. And you, desperate to defend your image, give in just to restore peace. Each of these tactics thrives on one thing: your need to be seen as good, as caring, as kind. 3. Why guilt works so well. Humans are wired for empathy. We're social creatures, and rejection feels dangerous. That's why manipulators target empaths, caretakers, and people who struggle with boundaries. Because when you feel someone's pain, you're easier to control through it. The moment you start to doubt your own goodness, you hand them the remote control to your emotions. They don't need to yell. They just need to say, "I thought you were different." And just like that, you're hooked. Signs you're being controlled by guilt. Ask yourself these questions. Do you often apologize just to keep the peace? Do you feel anxious when someone's disappointed in you? Do you feel responsible for other people's happiness? Do you constantly second guess if you're too much or not enough? If yes, you're already under emotional control. Manipulators don't just take your time or attention, they take your peace. 5. How to break free. Breaking free isn't about becoming cold or heartless. It's about reclaiming emotional sovereignty. Here's how. Step 1. Recognize the pattern. Label the manipulation as it happens. Say to yourself, "This is guilt, not truth." Once you see the pattern, it loses power. Step 2. Stop explaining yourself. Manipulators feed on justification. When you over-explain, you hand them ammunition. A calm, "I understand you feel that way," is enough. Step 3. Set emotional boundaries. Decide what you will and won't take responsibility for. You are not responsible for someone's happiness, reactions, or healing. Step 4. Detach from their approval. Their acceptance is a moving target. You'll never win a game they control the rules of. Focus on your integrity, not their validation. Step 5. Reclaim your inner dialogue. Manipulators live rent-free in your mind through self-blame, replayed conversations, and imaginary guilt. Start replacing the inner voice that says, "Maybe I'm selfish," with, "I have the right to say no." 6. What freedom feels like. At first it feels strange, empty, quiet, because guilt creates noise and peace feels foreign when you've lived in guilt for too long. But soon that quiet becomes strength. You stop seeking permission, you stop apologizing for existing. You start living on your terms. When you take guilt out of the manipulator's hands, they lose their power. And you regain something far greater, your freedom. This is how you break the cycle. Because the moment you stop playing their game, and the game ends. You've been listening to Mind Code, where we decode the human mind one truth at a time.